All right, welcome back to BSTV.
Hey guys.
Today we're doing 90 Day Fiance. This is the flagship of 90 Day. This is actually 90 Day. It's not before the 90 Day. It's not the single life. This is the 90 Day. The couples now have 90 days. So They're both in the country where they will get married.
If they might get married. We don't know.
Yeah, where the decision has to be made.
Right.
90 days before the K1 visa expires and the person has to go home.
Yeah, so this is
So it's a trial marriage, basically.
Right, but this is the episode where we get to be introduced to all the new couples and they gave us their background story. A lot of them have obviously encountered issues because of COVID, so they haven't seen their significant other for the past 2 years, nor were they able to travel, and yet somehow, some way, they're like, we're going to make this work.
Yeah.
After 2 years of not seeing
So Emily and Kobe, and their son is Kobean?
Something like that.
Kobeon? Something like that.
Yeah.
Might say here. Anyways, he's from Cameroon, but they met in China and she got pregnant and then came home because she was planning to come home. She's only there for 2 months and ended up hooking up with him and getting pregnant in that time. And then he couldn't come over because COVID, like you said, and now he arrives. What do you think of them?
Yeah, obviously I think they have love for each other, legit, more so than the other couples because they actually spent time together in China, not they met on a dating site and then the girl or the guy goes to visit the other person for a week. They legitimately hooked up at a bar.
Yeah, so just random thought here. I always find it weird in 90 Day that these guys go to tourist areas where a guy could stereotypically meet a girl from a country, but they go to meet someone they met on the internet while at home. They could just go there and actually meet someone on vacation and have their whole choice and see who they vibe with, who they get, not charisma with, chemistry with. Mm-hmm. But instead, these guys decide, I'm going to meet someone on a dating app and then go meet them. And that's the one person in that country for me. I always find that weird. But back to these guys right here. Basically, they haven't seen each other. The kid's 17 months old now. And her family's telling her, yo, you don't have to marry him. You can have a kid and not be with a guy if it's not working out. Mm-hmm. But any memorable thoughts about them? I have two.
She looks very different.
Yeah, so she put on weight, obviously, with a kid, but those aren't my thoughts.
Oh, what's your thought?
My thoughts, you mentioned it the first time, so when they saw each other, so it does have to do with her gaining weight. And Kobe was like, what'd he say?
You're fat.
Yeah, she's fat.
Yeah, I love people like that. People love language, that are language learners or English is their second language. They just tell you how it is.
Yeah, they don't come for you. And it's not, I don't even know if it's an ESL thing. I think it's just other cultures say that. We both lived overseas and they would say to you, you are fat.
Yeah, you've gained some weight.
Yeah. There's no hiding it.
Yeah.
I find
that. We're like, no, you look really good still. Maybe you could lose a few pounds, but we're very polite about it.
I find that really funny. And then the other thing that I remember about them was she's breastfeeding and Kobe's like, what are you doing? He's 17 months old. My sister stopped at 6 months. This is crazy.
Yeah, but that's in a future episode. So
it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that already happened. So I'm just mixing previews.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we haven't seen Ari and Binyan yet.
So they just came on at the end of... So we're doing 2 episodes here. So at the end of episode 2, they just came on as the preview. Oh. And in the preview, I'm not sure if it was a preview or if it was they were on the episode for 30 seconds. But it was just them getting the visa in Ethiopia, celebrating, and walking down the street. Okay. So that's where we are.
Let's just see.
I don't think they're going to be on that much. I think they're just the carryover couple to keep, the 90 Day likes to keep some consistency. And they're not going to be on that much. People like Binyan, and I don't know. Maybe my opinion's not. Maybe it's off, but I can't stand her, and I think nobody likes her. But people like Binyan, so they'll watch them.
She's very whiny and needy, and it was manipulated.
Yeah,
manipulator.
You know what show I think she'd be perfect for? Darcy and Stacey's New Face. She should be on there with them.
Her lips are not big enough. They may not accept
it. So here, Kara and Guillermo.
Yeah, she's very bubbly and has a great personality. Although she
is an A personality and very controlling.
Yeah, so I feel sorry for him because he is 23. He's very young, and obviously she's American, but You know, he lives in Dominican Republic, very different lifestyle in Dominican, very island, beachy vibes.
Yeah, these Caribbean guys don't do
what
well.
What are you doing
These,
going to, I don't even know where she's from, Virginia?
that's what it says, Charlottesville, Virginia.
Man, like,
these Caribbean guys never do well when they go to small town America.
Yeah, Virginia,
like, how could you? It's such laid back. I'm on the beach, hooking up with tourist girls.
Like, there's gonna be. Does it snow in Virginia? Like, Virginia is like not a state that I would even go and visit once. No offense to any people from Virginia, but it's not like something that stands out in my mind.
So the best.
I need to go there.
So the one thing I think about them and how controlling she is, she flew back to Dominican, because he's in Dominica, not Venezuela. He's a Venezuelan working in Dominican, which I think goes well for their relationship. So he's showing like commitment to get out of Venezuela, like, or to help his family to go to another country and work, and then he's going to go to another country. So he's not like he's tied to Dominican. But anyways, she flies back to Dominica to like escort him over the border.
But that's because he had an expired visa. And
I get it,
barrier.
But it's also because she doesn't think he's capable of doing it, and you know, she also thinks he might back out of it. Probably, like maybe he'll get a little resistance at the border, and he'll just be like, they said no.
Yeah, maybe.
But so his passport issue is that his passport's expired, because he's from Venezuela, and Venezuela doesn't issue passports to people who are out of the country because they see you as a traitor. But America has made a deal where if you're Venezuelan and your passport's expired, they understand the situation, they'll let you in.
Okay.
So next couple, we have Shaida and Bilal.
So I was so annoyed with him and the way that he treated her. I think so. Okay, so if we don't know the story, Bilal is quite wealthy. He's done really well for himself. He has a really nice house. He drives a really nice car. He's got bougie things. He says that he's bougie. He doesn't want Shaida. Is it Shaida? Shaida to get wrapped up in that and just marry him for what he has and what he can offer her. Anyway, so he decides, I'm going to drive my work van and pick her up from the airport, and then I'm going to bring her to my childhood home where the ceiling is legit falling off. She was taken aback because she saw that when he went down to where she's from, to Trinidad, he was dressed really well. He had a Louis Vuitton bag. He had a watch. So things didn't match up. Like, she doesn't seem like a stupid girl. But really, what are you going to do now?
Yeah, she seems successful. She's like a yoga entrepreneur. Yeah. Like, does like... She probably has like a huge Instagram following.
Yeah, like, that's really offensive. Like, now what are you going to do, Bilal? You're going to like, oh, just joking. I'm going to show you my
I was just testing you.
Yeah, like, that's an insult.
So the preview for next episode is him going to his actual house but pretending it's his mom's.
Oh my God, like, just a web of lies. Stop it. Like, that's actually really a turnoff.
Okay, so I do agree that it, like, I could see many people being insulted and saying, so you thought that I would be using you, like, screw you. But in this case, I believe she's in on this, and he told her what I'm doing, and I think that Bilal is a very smart guy, and he wants repeat seasons, and he's trying to make he's built his own storyline, and he's trying to, you know, get in there with 90 Day where people really, you know, they remember him, they care about him, and maybe he gets another season or his own show. I could totally see that happening. I could see that being his plan. Also, that work van, like, it's not like it's a poor work van. It was like one of those big white Mercedes-Benz vans. Mm-hmm. The house, yeah, it's still a house. It's just like a house that would be in Trinidad or Dominican, like an average house. It wasn't anything too bad, except that it was in poor condition. But like the actual structure outside and stuff.
If she's not in on this, then I don't like it.
I believe she's in on it.
It's not very nice, Bilal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Miona and Jibri.
Yeah.
Jibri.
Okay, who goes to South Dakota? Again, I'm just not like we're from.
He's a very pretty guy.
Yeah.
With a lot of tattoos, though, like up his neck.
Yeah. And so she is from Serbia. They met in Serbia while he was on tour, I guess, with his band. And he lives with his mom or his parents. Honestly, Miona, what are you doing? Why are you? I get you want to live in LA, but he is not offering this to you. I don't know. I don't see it working out. I think there's going to be many clashes that happen between the moms.
So they show lots of previews of clashes with him. So in his band wants to get back together and perform. This doesn't make sense to me. This, again, seems like a contrived storyline to make it seem like they have conflict and go somewhere with another season. Because it makes no sense that he's with his parents to save money so they can go to LA, but his bandmate, his best friend, is in LA right now and says, I have gigs where people are paid big money for us to perform. And he's like, I can't go. Miona's coming to North Dakota tomorrow. That makes no sense.
Yeah. Just go.
So I think their storyline's going to be fake, and she's going to come over and argue and look like the Eastern European angry woman. I think that's their storyline.
Well, we know that reality TV, a lot of it is scripted,
Yeah.
right? So 90% or something like this is scripted. So who knows?
Mohammed and Yvette. We only saw a little bit of them.
Yeah, but not even of him, just of Yvette. But honestly, I don't get this. Fine. Okay, so he is from Egypt. He's obviously Muslim. And so he says
Islamic.
She needs to be more respectful. Okay, Yvette, really? Like, he's coming to you. You don't need to really change your lifestyle for him. I don't understand. Like, if he's willing to come to you, then he has to accept you for who you are, and you're from the States. Like, you are not Muslim, so you don't need to follow. Fine, if you want to dress modest or, like, not skanky, then do so. Don't do it. But you don't have to go throw away your clothes just because someone else is telling you to do so. Anyways, I just get really...
Yeah, so they're your classic older woman goes for young, attractive...
for your rights.
Middle Eastern guy. They have one of these on every season, and it's always the Islamic angle where someone tries to change the person, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, I never understand that dynamic where...
He's coming to her in the States.
Exactly.
Like, if you were going over there, I understand you have to be more... not as promiscuous, and you do have to cover up. Totally get it. You need to respect where they are from. But he is coming to you. Anyways, I don't like it.
You change or nobody changes. You don't get... Like, to me, it's just the dynamic of 90 Day, I always say, it's built on rich person or at least person from a wealthy country hooks up with person in a poor country, offers them a better life.
Right.
The poor person typically doesn't get to then dictate the terms of the life.
Yeah, and you're paying for him to come to you.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
So that's what I don't understand, the dynamic.
Yeah. Stand your ground.
It just gets set up as like a home dad who doesn't work, stay-at-home dad who then like controls all the money even though he doesn't make the money. Like that sort of situation, like reverse roles. Yeah. It's a weird situation that happens in those. So Patrick and Tace, we've only seen previews of them, and the previews are very short. It's just him meeting her on a webcam for the first time and being like, oh my God, you're just as beautiful as your pictures. Like he thought he was getting catfished.
Okay.
And
that's
it.
So, yeah, the season looks really good. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it does. I wasn't that excited for it, but it does look good.
Yeah,
so
I like the characters.
Looking forward to episode 3.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what Binion's up to. I just pray Binion has a job and he's not getting bossed around. I don't want...
He is going to be bossed around.
I know, but I don't want the storyline to be he doesn't have a job, so he has no life of his own, so he's getting bossed around. The previews we've seen are... him training for MMA, and he's rolling around doing jiu-jitsu with a female. Like she comes storming in. You didn't tell me you're training with a girl. Get off of her. What are you doing?
Right.
And like, I've done jiu-jitsu. I've done that stuff. You spar with the girls. It happens because it's good for first of all, there's not many females for them to train against, especially if you get like a good female. Like there's usually not, so they have to train. Plus they want to train at a higher level, so they will train against guys to better themselves, and the guys are doing it, to help them out. They're teammates. There's nothing wrong with it. Right. Could people hook up? Yeah, sure.
Well, she's obviously a jealous person.
Yeah.
So like, it doesn't matter why or what he's doing it for. She's jealous, so it doesn't matter if he was talking to a girl.
Maybe she's just embraced her craziness on the show, and she's just like, I'm going full crazy this season. So let's see what happens. BSTV, like, subscribe, leave a comment.